Okay, Tom, how are you now? Welcome to the Pickin Coop here in Middleton, Tennessee.
Oh, I didn't know I had company.
There comes Lee. Hi, Lee. I'm Garth.
I'm Lee. How you doing?
Good. That's the bossy cow.
That's utterly ridiculous.
Bessie and I.
I fixed that for my brother. Plays guitar. And his people borrowed that stool. It's been all over the country.
Yeah. Garth Scott.
Lee McAlpin.
And I'm from just outside of Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada, a little town called Hantsport, which is on a river off the Bay of Fundy, the highest tides in the world, which comes off the Atlantic Ocean.
Well, it's certainly good to meet you.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. And I have come down to Tennessee a few occasions, but on this occasion, it's a real highlight because I found out about some of my buddies that told me about some of their buddies, you being one of them. And I look at this way in life, Lee, every stranger is a friend waiting to be met.
That's right.
Yeah, and I just met another stranger. Now we're friends. It works for me.
I got to visit your country a couple of times, Toronto and Quebec.
Great. I've been in Toronto and Quebec many, many times. I'll very, very quickly tell you, first time ever to Quebec was in 1961. I was in Boston and New York and came up through the lakes to Montreal. And I wasn't there more than 6 hours and I was in jail on suspicion of robbery. I don't mind putting this on film. It's all true. And I was actually found innocent, I hope, because I'm still out. But we and another friend of mine filled a description. And this detective was very determined to make an arrest. But I've been back to many times in Montreal, and I haven't been arrested again. So I'm about 800 miles east of Montreal in Halifax.
Oh, what are you doing?
Actually, I was sales manager for several companies as I was going through my earlier years in life and on the road. Started on the road in 1962, and I ended up eventually getting enough nerve up to, in 1981, go on my own and start a sales agency. We did that for the last 30 years, and my son took it over 3 or 4 years ago. But 20 years ago, I also started a used car business. And now I still do that, and I go to all the auctions, the Mannheims and the Odessas, and then the Macombs and the R&Ms and the Barrett Jacksons and so on the collector side. And I just love that whole environment of automobiles, music, auctions, and wild women.
Why are you looking at me? I'll tell you what.
I can say that because my wife knows I can pass a joke and she can handle it, so that's okay. Her name is Sharon, and she's great.
Well, I'll tell you, I ain't met a group of finer gentlemen in my life, and I am blessed and thankful that I get to meet you in my generation.
Yes, my love, and I never paid you to say that, did I?
No,
Good.
that is completely genuine. Yes, I've enjoyed it thoroughly.
So, Lee, I understand that you have started your whole lifespan in the music world, going back into the early 60s, being on the road both in North America, including United States and Canada and parts of Europe, and with such fine artists as we start out maybe with one, Carl Perkins, and others from there on.
Yeah, I was with Carl for 10 years, traveling. Got to go in all the states before and 15 European countries, and got to meet a lot of the people in the music business, met a lot of great people, and I'm always thankful and to Carl for taking this old country boy, and give him a chance to see the world and be on the stage with some of the biggest artists in the business. And music is just part of my life. I've been in music all my life, and it's something I enjoy, and hopefully I'll be able to keep on till as long as I'm here.
I understand now that with your buddies Tom here on the camera and Larry in the next room and others, that you're very involved with Cars for Kids here in the U.S., and you've helped raise numerous thousands of dollars to help kids in need.
Cars for Kids is a great organization. I met Larry when he came to one of our festivals here in Middleton years ago, and found out about Cars for Kids, and our band played on a lot of the Cars for Kids events throughout the years. And then after Larry and Tom started doing On the Road with Cars for Kids, well, I started adding a little music for the background music, and I'm really enjoying it. I think it's a great thing, and just enjoy every time sitting down at this old keyboard and putting a little music down for them to use on the shows.
Well, I know you have had a lot of rewards in your life, and now you're giving back, and I think that's so important. We, in some of our car shows up our way in Atlantic Canada, have benefits that we give back to that same situation. Our own car club has raised well over $120,000 for kids with autism, and another big show I get involved in support has raised hundreds of thousands of dollars many times over for kids in New Brunswick and their efforts. And I just want to continue this as long as I can possibly travel, walk, talk, meet people like you and Tom and others. It's a joy, and you can't buy it.
I know there are so many good people associated with the auto shows and everything. You meet some of the nicest people there that's out there to help all they can and to help raise money for kids and everything. It's just a great group to be associated with.
There's probably nothing happier than music. You can make thousands and millions of people happy in 2 minutes with the right music. How could you ever possibly do that in any other way?
Well, I can be feeling bad and go and sit down at a keyboard and start playing, and it actually makes me feel better.
I think music and animals are great therapy. Having attended a ladies group and a couple of gentlemen with them yesterday in a seniors assisted home, we had people there singing at 101 years of age, and ladies dancing in their 90s, and they still had rhythm. They still had excitement. They still could move parts of their body that they didn't think they could. But we experienced that, and that was joy. Just tremendous joy.
Our band, one of the members in our band, he has a sister that's in the early stages of Alzheimer's, and she's in an assisted living place in Memphis. And we go down there about twice a year. In fact, we're going, I think it's next week, down. And when we start our music, some of the people that's just sitting there doing nothing, you can see them liven up. And that's the best pay you can get for doing a show, is see somebody,
One gentleman there yesterday you may well known was Freddie Boy Barnes.
Yeah.
He'll be turning 102 years of age on February the 1st, 2016. My golly, how many people would love to live that long period? But he sang 2 songs there yesterday while Tom and the group were playing. with Wayne Gerald and some other gentlemen. And that Wayne Gerald, I got to tell you right now, I met him 19 years ago, and because of that meeting, by chance, down in Nashville, walking through the Tennessee State Fair, I've had the privilege of being in contact for him constantly. I'm back here for my 4th trip, and not my last.
Well, Wayne's a great person. He comes down there once in a while, and we turn the recording equipment on, and we start recording. And he's written some great songs, and we have a great time just sitting down playing whatever pops in our mind, and just he's a great person.
Yeah. I've owned Model Ts and Model As and Hotmobiles and Studebakers and Pontiacs and Chevs and Fords and Plymouths and Chryslers and Fargos and you name it. British cars, Austins and Morris, French cars, Citroen, and other ones I'm probably not thinking of them all, Buicks and so on, Oldsmobiles. It's just healthy to have all these memories, and we now have a collection on our own property. We call it Memories. I showed you a few pictures, and I want to officially invite you and your surroundings here back up to Hantsport, Nova Scotia, the very first chance you get, and we'll be trying to be as hospitable as you folks are down here.
Well, I would love it. And it's so great to meet you, Garth.
It's better than great. It's an honor and a privilege. You're famous. I'm just an ordinary person loving that fame that you've achieved. Larry, having been here and experienced all your surroundings, your walls of fame, your instruments, your studio, imagining what it must be like here with your other 8 people in your group and so on and so forth, would you just finish this off for me with something that you can play because it's what you really like, and I know I'll like it?
How about Lee?
Oh, I'm sorry. All right, back up.
All right, go.
You want me to do it all again?
Yeah, go ahead.
The whole thing?
Yeah.
Lee, having been here and been in your surroundings, in your studio, in your home, with your puppy dog, and your friends that are around you, I know you have a big group, 10OC. I wish I could be here with them, but I saw their picture. I've enjoyed all of these surroundings. I'm so privileged to have met you. It's a real honor and a joy. I'm going to treasure it. I'm going to take it back to Canada, and I'm going to let a lot of people realize who Lee McAlpin is. McAlpin, pardon me. And I'm going to ask you, if you would, finish this off with one of the great tunes that you're so good at.
I'll be glad to, Garth.
Thank you, thank you.
Sing one, Don.
Okay, if somebody got to sing, I guess I'll sing.
All right. You're volunteered.
Let's do a little matchbox. Well, I'm sitting here with a matchbox on my clothes. I'm sitting here with a matchbox on my clothes. I ain't got no match, got a long way to go. Let me be your little dog. matchbox on my clothes. Ain't got no matches, got a long way to go. Long. Sitting here wondering the matchbox on my clothes. I'm sitting here wondering the matchbox on my clothes. Ain't got no matches, got a long way to go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Hey, we got an international audience here. We got
I'm
Larry,
still,
the other
I'm still
guy.
going here. What? Help me stop. Help me stop.
No, wind them up. Wind them up.
Okay, it going there.
Keep her going, boy. Keep her going.
I don't know how long
Wind them
that'll
up. Push his button.
be.